You've spray painted something, like, let's say, a door handle, and it hasn't held up to all the abuse it's had. What are the chances of you actually removing the handle, sanding it down, re-spray painting it, and putting it back together? It's not exactly zero, but it's so close to zero that it might as well be zero. Hey friend, you're looking on point today. My name's Amy on A Lolly Live, and in our episode today, I have a trick for touching up spray paint that I'm going to share with you. First, a disclosure. If you look closely, you are going to be able to tell where you touched up the spray paint. If that's something that bothers you, then by all means, continue to look at the scratch until the end of time, when you finally get around to taking the handle apart and re-spray painting it entirely, or else straight up replacing it. For myself personally, I think the touch-up looks way better because it doesn't draw your eye the way missing paint does. When you spray paint something, particularly something that's going to get touched a lot, like say the handles on a kitchen cabinet or the door handles, truthfully, you should do it with anything, but particularly if it's something that's going to get touched a lot, you have to sand it. Like, have to sand it. I know that there's like videos and people out there saying, oh, you don't have to do that. It's really not necessary. Guess what? It's necessary. You want it to hold up? It is necessary. Even with that, you're still going to have some problems occasionally. Another thing about spray paint is that brand and style matter. If you want something to look nice, sometimes you have to pay just a little bit more for something that is a little bit nicer of a spray paint. If you're doing a ton of spray painting, this is particularly nice. Because, well, seriously, it kills your finger. Ooh, I still have spray paint on me. Okay, yeah, seriously, it kills your finger and you end up with this little circle thing on your finger and it's terrible. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have a lot of spray painting to do, get something that's easy to spray. And some of the spray paints really are nicer than other spray paints. I use a paper plate or a small plastic cup and a teeny tiny paintbrush. Spray a little paint in one small spot on the plate by holding the can about an inch or two from the plate. Be careful, because some of the paint will splatter, and you don't want to get it on things. And then I use my little tiny paintbrush to paint it. And so I just touch it up. Little tiny bits here, little tiny bits there. Do not spray a lot of spray paint on the plate at once, because it dries super fast, and you don't want it to dry before you need to use it. Then you dip your paintbrush and you touch up the paint. Voila! And ta-da! You've touched up the paint, and it only took you a couple of minutes. If you want to reuse the paintbrush, then use a little bit of fingernail polish remover or paint thinner to clean it. Take a look at the video in this corner if you want more information about what's a good idea to spray paint and what's not. You are a prize. And I'm not talking about the cheap prizes that you get from trading in tickets at the arcade. Oh no, baby. You are the grand prize of all prizes. And I'll see you next time on A Lolly Live.